Hello, if you are interested in coaching, send me an email up there. It's done through Skype. Consultation's free. Price is very affordable. One of the things that comes up a lot in coaching is addictions. Now, when we think of addictions, we think of things like heavy stuff, alcohol addiction, drug addiction, sex addiction, gambling addiction. And there's a lot of addictions that people struggle with that are somewhat socially acceptable. One of the big ones is food. We use food to medicate and deal with life and deal with stress and deal with emotional stuff. And what ends up happening is you get temporary relief, but at a long-term cost. And the long-term cost can be damage to your health. It can be just feeling poor energy level because of the foods that we eat, and mentally how we feel. So it might give us a temporary relief, but it ends up damaging or making us feel worse psychologically, emotionally. A very, very strong connection on the foods you eat, the fuel you put in your body, and your mental health, along with physical health, the mind-body connection. It's huge, and a lot of people don't realize it. They think a lot of their problems, they tackle a lot of their problems by focusing on the mental game, just what's going on in their head, without addressing the need for exercise, for proper sleep, and proper diet and nutrition. And addictions are just a real scourge. One of the things that I struggle with is chocolate, and I notice for me, I use it as when my energy dips, and it's a quick glucose shot to the system, so like that quick energy. But it prevents me from dealing with the true cause of what is causing me to need this sugar shot of energy. And if I continue in the habit, then I'm not treating the cause and the source. And one of the things that I found very effective in managing the foods that I eat is noticing when I'm getting tired and then finding out why. Did I have a bad night's sleep? Or what works best for me is just simply taking a nap. And that just rejuvenates me, and I make much better decisions of productivity decisions and food choice decisions. And looking at what causes you to be susceptible to give in to habits, to bad habits, to destructive habits. Facebook, YouTube, and all the whole internet is one that people really struggle with. And it could be boredom, it could be environmental, that when you're in your room, that's just your automatic response is if you want to avoid something, procrastinate something, you just go straight to YouTube and stuff. And using willpower when habits are really strong frequently doesn't work. And it takes something a little bit more extreme. So with some of my clients, we apply internet blockers. Some clients have even gone as far as to disconnect their internet completely so they don't have access to it. It's that strong of an impulse. Or food. If you have these types of food that cause you to eat poorly, you just can't tempt fate. You can't trust yourself and to put yourself in the position where it's easily accessible. So with bad habits, anything you can do, if here's the path, right? We have the path here. Here's the habit, the bad habit. Anything you can do to create a roadblock. So you have to go around this roadblock in order to get to it, all the better. And or having an accountability partner, that's what also coaching provides, is you now have someone holding you accountable. It makes a huge difference. Makes a huge difference to make it difficult to access. And what you're training your brain to do when we have these bad habits, whether it's a food binge, alcohol, sex, porn, all these different stuff, what you're training your brain to do is when it gets bored, when it gets stressed, when it procrastinates, it your brain, your body doesn't like to be in a state of stress. So what it does is it finds something to alleviate that stress. And you're you're creating a conditioned response. So when you get stress, you go on the internet, you play a video game, and each time you do that, you're reinforcing that neural connection in your brain, and it just gets deeper and deeper, like a, a river. Yeah. Each time the river goes and gets stronger and stronger, and over time, as time passes, something like the Grand Canyon, that river and that hole gets deeper and deeper, more deeply ingrained. And what you want to do is create some interrupters and have some alternative options. So instead of going to the food, you feel stressed, you feel bored, or you feel tired, find a different option. For me, nap works. For me, eating some fruit works. For me, treating the cause. Maybe you need to go to bed earlier or monitor your sleep. So in the night, I have a sleep app, and I can see how much quality of deep sleep I have. And it's not necessarily the hours you sleep, but it's the quality and depth of that sleep. So there's a lot of options, and it takes a little bit of effort in the short run, but after time, these things become much easier. You're able to break these habits. And again, like anything, you start with baby steps. And it might seem impossible or overwhelming, but if you just take one small baby step in that direction, then build upon that, it's amazing that how you can create new habits. And one of the another thing that I tell clients is that it's almost a relief to them that we identify who we are by our habits, and we blame ourselves, we beat ourselves up, we feel bad about ourselves because we have habits that don't serve us. And your habits aren't who you are. Now, some people might disagree with that, but your habits are malleable, they're changeable, they're moldable. Habits get developed for a multitude of reasons, and might have gotten developed when we weren't fully conscious or we weren't fully aware. But just because we have a bad habit, that doesn't mean we're trapped by that habit for the rest of our lives. We can start creating new habits. Just as you build a bad habit, you can override it and create a good habit. So it's something that's very exciting and rewarding to do, to make these steady changes. And thank you for listening. And please feel free to subscribe if you like the channel, and leave a message, a comment. And if you're interested in coaching, just shoot me an email. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.